Hi, I'm Dylan Hartman. Today I'm going to talk to everyone about what to do when you get sent your AcudocX credentials, how to get started, how to go through all the training tutorials, and how to go live on AcudocX. So let's get started. When you receive your AcudocX credentials email, it'll contain a little bit of information that you need, but most importantly here is the link to the login screen. It also provides some descriptions, what you do when you first have to log in, what to use to log in, but most importantly here below are all our units for the self-paced training. Each one of these training units tells you about a different different aspect of the system, and it is really helpful to pick up and learn using these lessons. At the bottom of the email, you'll see that once you've completed Unit 6, you'll be guided to another confirmation form where you'll also be able to schedule a onboarding call with one of our team, and you can also download the provider handbook from this email. So, without further ado, if you click on this link, it will send you, I've got the test link open here, to our AcudocX login screen. Once you click on it, it'll show you a QR code. Now, for all these QR codes, two-factor authentication, I like to use what's called the Google Authenticator app. And so what you can do is you can click plus, and it'll ask you to either scan a code or use the setup key. Here we have a code, so click that, and it gives us a little camera to scan the QR code. As soon as I do that, it's created a new QR code for me down the bottom, which I have about 1 minute to enter in the code. So right now, 968519, and these codes change every single minute. Accept, and now we're in. So, looking at the first lesson, first unit, we should have this open while we're trying to set up our AcudocX profile. So it can take between 45 minutes and an hour and a half to go through all these lessons. It's totally at your own pace. Loading up the first one here. Enter in your name. We don't need the music. Get started. This shows you how to use the self-paced learning. So click next to proceed or use your arrow keys. Got it. Introduction to AcudocX. This training will help you get started using the system. So throughout the training, I'll just skip through it, but you come back and you can have a look at at your own pace. We've got videos that show you an introduction to the system, and each one of the questions asks...
You provide your customers with your personalized AcudocX link.
Ask questions about the introduction video. If we go back down to, let's say, the second one, again, logging as myself, setting up your profile. So as we said a second ago, use the provided email and password to log in, and this is where you'll have to use your QR code to log into the system. Once in, I'll just show you back to the screen. You click up the top here and go to your provider profile, and here it'll be asking you first to upload your provider logo, which is here. Let's use this one. There we go. And banner. Now I've already chosen a banner for my profile, but it shows you the exact dimensions that each logo or the banner requires. The logo is used for your internal AcudocX profile, which I'll show you here. If you remove the word create, you can see it. Here we are. And the banner is shown at the top of each one of your exported translations. So it is essentially on top of your letterhead, and it needs to be these dimensions to be shown properly side by side with your address details here. Let's go to the next one. Then of course, if you need to update any of the information in there, you can just click edit here and make any changes that you see fit. Here you'll update your provided information, like I said a second ago. Now, talking about the personalized link, when a customer uses this link that you send them, here you can copy it, they will be locked to your profile. Here we go. Like I said a second ago, the banner and the logo are shown there. Now, unless you have uploaded something in those positions, you will not be shown on the AcudocX profile. So, can customers still start a job with me? No. That's all that needs to be done. Okay, so let's go to the next lesson. That was Unit 2, Unit 3. Setting your pricing and templates. Now to configure your pricing, let's go back to the page here. So the minimum price on AcudocX is $24.95. We'll go to the navigation button to my languages here. Now, as I said a second ago, this is my test profile, so take no regard to the other languages. I just translate Thai. So we're going to view. Up the top here, we see pricing and templates. And here we have the default pricing for a self-service translation, for a standard translation where the provider has to enter in all the details. We show them how many free edits we offer and the additional price per excess edit after that. Whether or not we want to offer full translations, our full translation price per page, and our postage fee. Now here for the postage, we recommend don't just include the price for a postage envelope, but there is handling fees and trips to the post office as well that you should include. Also, you can add custom prices per template. So if we want to, let's say, make a separate charge, a separate fee for birth certificates, we can say yes or no to use the default pricing. Let's say we want to charge $55.95 for self-services and $75 for an extract of a birth certificate. You can set it in like that and click save, and only that template type will be affected. Here we go. Just as I mentioned again, configuring pricing. And so these lessons show you step by step all that's needed to be done. How does the self-service translation work? The customer uploads, selects fields, then translates their documents before sending it to the provider for review. Yes. Like I said a second ago, here are all the default prices. We recommend using your lowest price as the default price because this default price will be shown before a customer starts a job with you. So just because it says prices starting at this price, set your default price as your lowest price. Then of course we can go in and choose which templates we want to offer. So going back to our screen here, let's say I don't want to offer police clearance certificates. I can just remove it there. I don't want to offer employment certification or education. Let's say I just want to offer the basic ones here. Remove that. Now when a customer starts a job with me, they'll only be able to select from these templates. Now if we go and change our minds, we can go back to this other screen and just simply add them. Yes, if we want to use default pricing or not, and save. Then that will be returned to the extract templates that we are offering. Cool. Go back to the game. Let's see how we go. Like I said a second ago, you can choose the pricing, default or not, or remove them if we don't want to offer those anymore. Yes, so you can remove them at any time. That's not true. That's not true. And yes, you can edit at any time. Okay, so when a customer starts a job with you, the pricing that they have selected will be set to expire after 72 hours. Now, we've built this timing into the system just in case you make any price changes, but since you have made a change, someone had already started a job with you, so they've effectively got 72 hours to complete that job. If they haven't completed it within that time, they are forced to reactivate the job and agree to your new pricing structure before they can proceed. So the pricing changes will apply to all new and reactivated jobs, not for jobs that customers have already started with you. Cool. And then we've finished unit 3. I'm not going to go through every single unit, but the last one is just a confirmation that you have uploaded your logo and banner, and that you have sent me or sent AcudocX a copy of your NATI stamp, and then yeah, we can book the onboarding lesson and you'll be ready to go. So I hope that helps everyone who've just been sent their AcudocX credentials, that the system is quite easy to learn how to use. Just follow those onboarding lessons. If you want to get into detail, please have a look in the provider handbook that we've sent you in the same email. I'll just show you again. That provider handbook is down at the bottom. You can click that link and it'll open up for you. Just like that. Okay, once again, thanks a lot. I'm Dylan Hartman, and reach out to me if you have any more questions. Bye.